this episode of Fish Quest, we will be taking a weekend trip up the Mirror Lake Highway to target Utah state fish, the Bonneville Cutthroat. After resting in Evanston, Wyoming, we will head back into the Utah Uintahs to go after Colorado River Cuts. I hope you like the fall colors. They're absolutely amazing this time of year. As previously stated in the first video of the series, it would be highly beneficial for anyone looking to target cutthroat and complete a Utah Cutthroat Slam to go on over to utahcutthroatslam.org to study up on these awesome species of cutties before heading out. This website will be able to point most any angler in the right direction to help them start crossing species of cuts off their list. In Utah, we have 4 subspecies of cuts. We previously checked the Bear River Cutthroat off of our list. Hopefully, we will be able to check the Colorado River and the Bonneville Cutthroat off our list. Starting with the state fish, the Bonneville Cutty. Ready or not, here we go. If you've never traveled the Mirror Lake Highway in Utah, let's just say it's gas well burned, especially in the fall. I started out with a foam hopper, which might have been part of the reason the fishing was a little bit slower. At this elevation, the frost had begun to slow the hopper bite. I'm not sure if it was low water levels because of the drought or just operator error, but we struggled for the first few hours to land any fish. I had multiple bites of what looked like cutties, but after several hours we did what we did best and retreated to some beaver ponds to fish the overhanging grass.
There we go. There he is, Dad. I don't know what he is, but he's something. What do we got? Too big to be a brook. I think I just did it. I think I just did it. I just did it. Yes! Woo! Wet my hands. Yeah! Bonneville Cutthroat, boys and girls. Look at that gem. Beautiful Bonneville Cutthroat caught up here in the Wasatch National Forest in a beaver pond. Beavers are not messing around. Awesome. Get a photo of me, will you, Padre?
Beavers truly are amazing animals. If it weren't for their ponds acting as an oasis in a state of drought, I don't know if I would have landed the state fish, the Bonneville Cut. After a night of much needed rest at Evanston, Wyoming, my father John and I hit the road once again. As we head south towards the Uintahs, we have to cross a sea of sagebrush. Many people think that sagebrush country is ugly and desolate, but to me, sagebrush, it represents so much more. It represents freedom. It represents peace and quiet. It represents land, lots of land, under starry skies above that haven't been corrupted by overdevelopment. I truly believe I could be just as happy living in a sea of sage or high on a mountaintop kingdom. Living in the Rockies, it never ceases to amaze me how one minute you're swerving to miss jackrabbits in the sagebrush and the next you find yourself wading through God's canvas high on a mountaintop.
Little mountain whitefish.
Colorado River Cutthroats are what I believe to be one of the most beautiful subspecies of cutthroat. Colorado River Cutthroats will be all colored up with deep crimson sides and bellies depending on the age of the fish and the time of the year. Same as the day before, we looked all day for a Colorado River cut and honestly got humbled just a little. It wasn't until about an hour before we had to head home that I finally sealed the deal and landed a juvenile Colorado River cut. Not a monster, but definitely will do the trick. It's cool to see how this native juvenile Colorado River cut camouflages perfectly with the riverbed. In the future, I will be targeting colored up Colorado River cuts. Despite the crimson coloration this fish lacks, it is in fact a Colorado River cut. Nonetheless, it is a beautiful fish. Quick recap of our Utah Cutthroat Slam this far. In Cache County, we spanked a slew of Bear River cuts. On the Mirror Lake Highway, we caught a gorgeous Bonneville cut, the state fish in a beaver pond. And lastly, we lucked into this monster of a Colorado River cutthroat in the Uintahs. Some days, you burn $100 worth of fuel to catch a few fish, but hey, in the end, it's worth it. Catching fish and hanging out with family, that's why we do what we do. We'll catch you next time for our fourth and final subspecies of cutthroat in Utah, the Yellowstone cut. Thanks for watching.